Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild, Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters catching feelings. Get your hands up to the ceiling and keep them held high. Cause St. Louis isn't ready. Forget about it, goodbye. Hold up, we just saying hi. Find somebody, rise up. Weekdays, catch us live. Somebody, let's go.
Good afternoon. Good evening and good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Pascal Show. Oh, man, do we have some things to talk about? Have mercy. Do we have things to talk about this afternoon? There's been a lot that's been going on, a lot of things I've been talking about on the secondary channel, but there's obviously some things that I don't know. I feel like I need to talk about more and get off my chest, get out of my head, actually, not get off my chest, but just some more things that we need to talk about. All right? Because this is crazy. And again, I said it in the community page or on the community page. I said, Ray J better be careful out here. Let's completely keep it real. Ray J definitely needs to keep it very safe out here. He better have his head on a swivel right now, because this is some dangerous times, and he keeps talking. He out here talking, y'all. Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? We're going to talk about it all and then some here on the Family Show this afternoon. So do me a favor before we get into everything. Hit that like button down below. Crush it. Do what it do. Please and thank you. Hit that reaction button if you're watching on other platforms. All right. And if you are on those other platforms like Facebook, X/Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Rumble, please hit that follow button. Follow. And then this evening, I will definitely be on, because there's some stuff. Man, there's so much stuff going on. Have mercy. So much that I got to pause the theme music real quick, the intro music, the music that gets you all feeling all good, like you're drinking a pina colada and, moving your head like this. You know what I'm saying? Ladies, you know what I'm talking about. I don't know why I said ladies, but you know what I mean. I don't see many men, walking around drinking pina coladas. All right, so instantly I think ladies in the bikinis having a good time, you know what I'm saying? And that's the music. But at the same time, it's so messed up right now. Back to the conversation. It's so jacked up, and there's so much going on. We have so much catching up to do. There's been interviews after interviews after interviews, and then at the same damn time, there's more stuff that keeps on just dropping. I don't know how to keep up with this. This is insane. So, please, don't forget to hit that follow button if you're watching on those platforms. Hit that subscribe button if you're watching it here on the main channel, on the tubes of the YouTubies. Please and thank you. Go to my secondary channel. Please be sure to subscribe to the secondary channel, the Pascal Show clips. That would be greatly appreciated. Also, check out that join button down below. Become a member. Check that out. Check out my Patreon and my locals. I also got that merch though, like this hoodie right here. This hoodie right here that I'm wearing right now, this is right here. You can find this on pascalmerch.com. Yes, your man custom makes these hoodies and t-shirts with his own two hands. This is called the Brownstone. Go check it out. It's on pascalmerch.com. So if you like this, go check it out. Your friend here, your boy here, is a man of many talents. Jack of all trade, maybe master of none, whatever. So go check it out. Okay? And of course, I got that GoFundMe down below. Please contribute if you can, because I got some crazy ideas and things that I'm trying to execute for this holiday special that will be coming out next month. So do that if you can. No pressure though. I still love you. Anyway, guys. We gotta get into this, okay? And yes, this is Lori. Yes, isn't this your music you play at the end of your show? Yes, this is the music that I play in the beginning of the show and at the end of the show. It's called a bookend. I bookend, so the beginning to the end, cover to cover, just a little bit of fun. All right. Now, okay, Caprice, really quick. I saw that email. when it comes to Patreon, Patreon is separate from the YouTube membership, just so you know. So if you go and you become a patron on Patreon, a paying patron on Patreon, that is completely separate from YouTube. If you become a member on YouTube, that is separate from Patreon, and so on and so forth. Just so you know, just to make that abundantly clear. Okay, two completely different things, but you do still support the channel. All right, so definitely, guys, check out Patreon, check out the membership, pick and choose whichever one you want to do. You know what I'm saying? No pressure. If you do, it's greatly appreciated, but they are two separate things. Okay? All right. So, and I appreciate you asking, because that means that you really do want to support. And that means the freaking world to me, guys. It really does. So thank you. It really means the world. Seriously. Because I know it's hard out here in these streets. Maybe things won't be so hard in the next 4 years. Let's see what happens. But yeah, milk is still milking out here, and eggs still be egging out here in these streets. Oh my God, I can't talk about eggs without thinking about booty holes. Oh my God. I don't know. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you need to listen to some of these Suge Knight interviews, period, point blank. Which, by the way, we are going to be doing some serious catching up. There's some interviews. Yeah, I know, Melly, it's ew. Goo. But, oh, can't even say that word either. Moving on, though. There, of course, has been some really big interviews that have happened over the past like 24 hours, 48 hours. And so, like I said, we're going to be doing a lot of listening, a lot of reaction, a lot of tuning in and checking these interviews out. Adria English did some more interviews, which we will be listening to and talking about here as well. I'm working on a couple guests to come onto the show. We'll see how that transpires. You know, fingers crossed. We'll see how that all goes down. But like I said, you know, we are looking to cover and see what everybody is saying right now. And a lot of these people, victims, witnesses, and whatnot, are coming out and talking quite a bit. Now, here's the thing. We definitely have got to talk about this. First off, Deborah Wood, yes. You know, last night we were at 150. Yeah, we were at 150. And then all of a sudden, you know, we can cut that though, because all of a sudden out of nowhere this morning, it dropped to past a little bit under 150. So I feel a little emotional. Okay. Just a little emotional about it. So please be sure to make sure if you happen to have been kicked off of the subscription, make sure you're subscribed, resubscribe, hit the button again, make sure you're subscribed, make sure you have all the notification bells set to all, so you know whenever I go live, whenever I upload, and all that stuff. Okay, guys? But there's been a lot of stuff, so we are going to be doing a lot of catching up over the next couple days. Even tonight, don't worry, we will be live. Doesn't matter how tired I am. We are going to be doing some catching up because there's a lot going on. Trust and believe. But one of the things that's very interesting is this man is back in the news again. Yes, yesterday we talked about some things. Somebody was running after him or driving after him or something like that, tried to pull up and tried to unalive Ray J. In case you didn't know, this is Ray J. He been all up in the videos. He been up here making a lot of comments, doing a lot of interviews, putting in his 2 cents about a lot of different things. Well, he's in this TMZ new episode. They've been doing this like docu-series on the fall of the Diddy. That's what they call it, the fall of Diddy. There's a whole series on Tubi. Don't worry, go check it out. I mean, they are actually doing some good stuff. You know what I mean? The series is actually pretty damn good and very interesting to watch. I highly recommend you guys going and checking it out. But he went to TMZ. And he said, let me pull this down. He said this. He claims that celebs have told him that they are paying off alleged Diddy victims so that their names don't show up on these lawsuits. Do you realize how crazy that is? For many different reasons, this is crazy. With all due respect, and I know some people feel some type of way about Ray J. Some of y'all love you some Ray J. You love you some him. Maybe you do. And if you do, hey, that's on you. Okay? I mean, to each their own. I have no opinion on him. None. But I do think it's very interesting that he comes out and says this. Day before, someone tried to pull up on him and try to pew him, unalive him. Okay? Yeah, Steven. I hit it first. That's literally a song. I mean, I was asking, ask what not you could do for your country, but then I was just worried about and thinking about my own ass. I'll never forget that moment. I will never forget that moment. With all due respect. And I would tell him that same thing. I'd be like, what was up with that line? What was up with that line? Please explain that to me, because it's weird. But we already know that he's been on a lot of these interviews. A lot of it has been some word salad. He's been saying some things, as he's answering something, he'll sit there and go, well, I wasn't there. I mean, I'm really close to Diddy and I looked up to Diddy, but I wasn't there. But I will also say that he's not the only person that has said that. Other people have said, yeah, I'm close to him, but I never was there. Or I would be at the parties, but as soon as, the clock stroked 2:00 or something like that, that's the witching hour. I'm out of here. I left. I never saw any of that stuff go down. Well, that remains to be seen. That really does remain to be seen. But I am very concerned about his safety. Yes, doesn't matter how you feel about him. Everybody should still be on this planet, no matter what they say. They say something you disagree on, it doesn't matter. They have their right to say what they want to say. If they're lying, they need to stop. They need to go somewhere, maybe, write a book, because they love writing, they love creating fiction. So might as well put it in a book or in a movie, because it's probably going to be good if you're fabricating this stuff in this way. But there's something about what Ray J is saying out here that does give me great pause. I'm quite vexed. I'm not going to lie. There are moments where I look at it and I go, you know what? Maybe he could be telling the whole bold-faced truth. This could very well be him telling the truth, but at the same time, I get concerned because now he's out here exposing celebs and saying that these celebs have been paying off victims so that they don't get named in these lawsuits. Now, I will remind you, there are lawsuits already out. And some of the judges out here are saying, because each and every single lawsuit, not every single lawsuit, but they're not all getting the same judge. Some of these lawsuits are under different judges. There's a lot, y'all. There's a lot of lawsuits, okay? Let's not forget that. But some of these some of these judges are basically saying, hey, not only does Jane or John Doe need to expose and say their name, they also need to say their celebrities that they're naming in their lawsuits as well. Like that personal trainer one that was sitting there saying, oh, yeah, I'm a John Doe. I walked into this party. I got tossed around like a party favor. There was a celebrity, slept by the name of Celebrity A that was in there. He mistreated me. He did crimes onto me. And then I got passed around and then I passed out and I woke up and, of course, deeply traumatized. A judge who is also, presiding over that particular case said, hey, not only does John Doe have to expose his name, he has to also say the Celebrity A's name. Who is that person? And, I get it. To a certain extent, I get it. Do I agree with it in the sake of Diddy? No. I worry that Diddy will tamper with situations, even if he's locked up. He's got people out here. He's got minions. He's got cohorts. He's got people that are on his payroll that will do anything for Diddy. There are Team Diddy people out here, guys. Let's not forget. Whilst he is out there locked up in jail, there are still people out here that are soldiering on and cheerleading for the safe return and the innocence, the exoneration of Sean Diddy Combs. Let's not forget that. And what happened to Ray J yesterday, if that is true, if somebody actually pulled out a pew-pew and tried to pull the trigger on him, and if it has anything to do with a connection to Diddy, that should answer all your questions instantly. And no, I don't think it has anything to do with a pastor. Just because Ray J had some sort of conversation with a pastor and it didn't go the way he wanted it to go, do you really think? I mean, never mind. I mean, there are some gangster pastors out here. Let's keep it a bean. But at the same time, I really don't think that this is connected to a pastor and him having a conversation with a pastor. Really, the pastor's that compelled that he would go on, minions. Take that man out. What? Make that make sense? That makes no sense. What makes a lot more sense is that this man, Ray J, been all up in the videos, chilling like a mother lover, having countless, copious amounts of interviews where he has talked about nothing but Diddy. He ain't talking about no new reality show he's about to be on. He's not talking about a new movie project that he may be producing. He ain't talking about no headphones. He ain't talking about no business, business things that he's got going on. No album that he's about to drop. Nothing like that. Everything he has done so far has been nothing but Diddy. For months now. Can't even say weeks anymore. It's been months, y'all. So let's do the math. Let's look at the timeline. And to me, the timeline is timelining and the math is most definitely mathing. Somebody's all up in their fee-fees about him being out here having conversations about the diddler. That's it. That's it, guys. I don't, there's not much to think about. You know, it's not like you're sitting there going, well, 2 + 2. Hold on now. Hold on. Okay. 2 + 2. And then I got to carry the 1. There's no carrying the 1. You don't have to carry no 1. It's 4. Just 2. And then 1, 2, 4. You know what I'm saying? Yes. You're so smart. You're so smart. Easy math. There's no carrying 1. So we don't have to overcomplicate anything. And I'm sorry. I didn't mean, some of y'all are upset about me raising my voice. I'm sorry. It was for comedy. I'm sorry. I love you. But I'll say nicely and gently again, so smart out there. But we don't have to do hard math on easy math. Just look at the equation and it spells it out for you. The sum is there. It's easy. We don't have to solve for why. You see what I'm saying? This ain't algebra. This ain't trigonometry. It's just simple math. Now, here's the thing. Is he telling the truth? Is he telling the truth? Sure, the math is mathing. Timelining with him, possibly, with the altercations he's had with Diddy's sons. Then also dude trying to pull up, or people trying to pull up the pew-pew. Math is easy with that. We could take that in and, okay, math is mathing. But as far as what's coming out of Ray J's mouth, is it fact or is it fiction? Let's go back to this article. We haven't even gotten into it because I wanted to story tell, keep you guys entertained, because that's my doggone job. Proud to be an American. So let's move on to this. Here it is. He's saying celebs are telling him that they're paying him off, or that they're paying, not him. That'd be interesting too, but I don't want to put any words in his mouth. That they're paying off allegedly the alleged Diddy victims to stay quiet, which, by the way, some of these celebrities that could possibly be paying off these victims may be exposed no matter what. If their names are in these lawsuits and said judge that's presiding over that lawsuit wants their name exposed, then they just wasted their monies. If that is the case. You mean to tell me, think about this too, before we go into this article, you mean to tell me that the judge is just going to be cool with them leaving it at celebrity C or celebrity A or whatever, or another person, did this unthinkable thing? The judge is going to be like, no, Mr. Busby, Attorney Busby, I don't care that they got paid off to not add their name into this thing. But you said that there's other people involved in this crime. We need to have those names unsealed, to me at least. Unsealed to the court so we understand what the hell's going on and who these people are. To back the story of what's going on. And also, this also made me realize, to be completely real, the reason why, oh man, think about this, guys. Let me get a little closer here. Get a little closer. Okay, here's the thing. The reason why I think we haven't seen any lawsuits so far filed from the Busby law firm, right? Here, come here. Just come here. It's because they're waiting for these celebrities to come out and pay off these said victims. They're about to file their lawsuits. So some of them, I think, are waiting for these celebrities to step forward and pay off. Think about it. Think about it for a second, because it's been weeks now. Has it not? And they got over 100 victims that are going to allegedly file lawsuits from Tony Busby's law firm. Now, I may be completely incorrect, but it's an interesting theory nonetheless. Could it be that they're holding out? Busby's waiting for these celebrities to get these documents, get it in the snail mail, saying, hey, your name is about to be named in this lawsuit. You want to cough up a couple mil, settle outside of court so your name doesn't get named before we file this lawsuit and it gets out there for everyone to hear? And then there's a possibility that a judge might sit there and go, F it. We don't care if this is celebrity B, C, D, E, F, all the way to Z. This person needs to be exposed to the public. If not the public, if only unsealed to the court. It's a bad thing. It's a very, very bad thing. Even just yesterday, I'll back up. Even just yesterday, there's been some new information that one of the people that filed has now just been exposed. One of the Jane Does has now been exposed. No more is she behind a pseudonym anymore. Now her name is out there for everyone to consume and see with their own two eyes. Who's to say that that won't happen to these celebrities that are being named celebrity B, C, D, E, F, G, all the way to Z? I think Tony Busby's waiting out. I think that's what he's doing. He's going, okay, well, no. Hold on. Before we file, hold on. Let's see what Celebrity A does. Is he going to pay our client or not before we file this? So let's hold up. That's a possibility here, guys. Ain't that about to shut your mouth? So let's get into this article. Appreciate all y'all for being here. Really means a lot. You know how it is. You know the drill. Hit that like button down below. You know, are you not entertained? Definitely hit that like button down below if you are entertained at least. And of course, do not forget. Oh, and I'm sorry for raising my voice again. I'm sorry. For the sensitives out there, I'm sorry. But also hit that subscribe button, please, and thank you. If you are entertained, dagnabbit, hit that subscribe button. Subscribe. I don't know what's going on, y'all. Like what's holding you back? You know? What's holding y'all back? I got so many questions about that. Why? All right? But let us continue. So he's saying that celebs told him that they are paying off Diddy victims to stay quiet. So Ray J has been contacted by multiple celebs who are so scared about their affiliation with Diddy. They're going to some of the alleged victims and paying them to keep quiet, which is not good in my personal opinion. Ray appears in the TMZ's Tubi documentary, The Downfall of Diddy, inside the freak-offs, and says some high-profile people are trying to cut alleged victims off at the pass, even before they make money demands. So they're just going, "What you need, man? You want $1 million in a pony? I'll give it to you. Whatever you need, as long as you don't say my name." Okay? Anti-Destiny's Child. So, Attorney Busby, which we all know and love, also appears in the doc and reveals he has sent a demand letter out to various high-profile people with an ultimatum: pay up or face a lawsuit, and then, of course, public ridicule, get your name out there, be completely destroyed, especially some of these people that may be involved in like Marvel movies or huge deals. It's a wrap for them if their names get out here. No one's going to want to rock with these people. Ray seems nervous as he describes why celebs have contacted him. And at a point, he shuts down, believing he's already said too much. As we reported, the Feds seized videos Diddy recorded, and we're hearing other high-profile people are captured on video during some of the freak-offs. But here's the thing. I have yet to hear anything new about any videos showing celebrities doing the hibbity-dibbity. Any celebrities running around doing crimes. I have yet to hear anything about that so far. There's alleged stuff, but we have yet to hear anything that shows proof positive of those things. Also, remember this too, which is very interesting. Courtney Burgess, have we heard anything about the footage? The thumb drives that he has? Have we heard anything yet about that? Do the feds actually have that footage with those hard drives, those thumb drives, I'm sorry, or not? We have yet to hear anything about that, which is very, very frustrating. Okay. And of course, go to Tubi and check out the full interview, of course. Now, I will share with you guys the actual video. This is just the audio, and it's not the whole thing. Because, later on in the clip that's out here that's being shared and watched and is on TMZ as well, he's basically like, getting real defensive, like, come at me. I don't care. Come at me. And then what happened yesterday? Because clearly he recorded this at least a few days before they put this together and put it on Tubi. So clearly he's sitting there going like, yeah, come at me, man. And then people came at him. You know what I'm saying? People came at him. Real talk. Ray J got to be careful out here in these streets. I swear to God, he got to be careful, y'all. But let's take a listen to this. All right. Hit that like button down below. I see a bunch of y'all in here. I appreciate you guys for being here and sharing your energy with me this afternoon. You guys could be watching anything else or anywhere else. And I appreciate you guys being here. It means the world. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. First off, hit that like button. Let's get it to, let's see, where are we at? Let's get it to 8. Let's get to 800 likes. Okay? A like don't cost a thing. And it just helps the show. Gets the word out there. Don't forget, of course, to subscribe. Subscribe. If you haven't done it yet, please be sure to subscribe. You know, we're like 7. We're 7 subscribers away from 150. If we can get that before the end of the show, I would be deeply moved. Okay? That's a little bit of an exaggeration. I'd just be very excited, though. Okay? So don't forget to subscribe. Thank you. Let's take a listen to this.
Because I'm hearing about artists paying victims to keep their name out of it.
Do you know people who have had demands put upon them where they have paid off to keep this quiet?
Here's what I do know. People do catch and kills all day. And a catch and kill, I don't know if, of course, you know, but for the regular world, somebody has the truth, somebody pays you to keep it quiet, and hopefully that money that you got paid secures your happiness while you watch the lie continue to succeed.
I want to just make...
Okay, hold on. Okay, of course I got to cut in and out because of all this, but yeah, the dramatic music's crazy, but it does make you want to go, do the body roll. Anyway, what's interesting about this here, all right, in his perspective, what he's saying about the person who is holding on to the truth, yes, he's got a point that a person can come up, say anything they want, say something, these allegations, and then someone like a celebrity like Ray J, for example, not saying that he's involved in this, but I'm saying, for an example, can go up to that person and say, hey, Chris, you're out here saying things and you're alleging some things. You're about to sue me for something that I don't want people to know. So I'll drop a couple bags just for you. But this has to go bye-bye. This has got to never see the light of day forever in perpetuity. Period. Now he's got a point. Yes, that person who's holding on to the truth now will sit there and watch that Chris, for example, a Chris person living his life like it's golden, selling tubes of Crest on TV with his winning smile, breakdancing, do whatever the hell he's doing in Marvel movies, getting Oscars, etc., Grammys, whatever you want to think, any accolade that, you know what I'm saying? While this person, yeah, they secured a bag, but they're holding on to the truth. While this particular celebrity is living out a bold-faced lie. That's very frustrating. And I'm going to tell you this, though, too. If I was the victim and there was a person like a Chris, no relation to anybody, I'm just saying like a Chris, coming up to me and saying, hey, man, I will pay you a couple mil for you to just shut up. And so I can continue living my life. Nah, I'm not taking the money. I don't know about you, but I'm not taking the money. Because there's no way on God's green earth I'm going to sit by and watch that person live in the lap of luxury, happy as a pig and clean-ish, rolling around all up in it, knowing for a fact that he just got away with M, got away with R, got away with whatever the hell the crime that he did. I'm sorry, I'm not doing that. But yeah, it happens all the time. Money is more powerful than you think, guys. And there's plenty of people that will sit there, knock it out and go, yo, here's $2 million. I need you to not. You weren't there. I need you to disappear for a little while. retract what you said. I'll tell you what, I'm not taking it. I'm not. But that's just me, though. Nah. But let's continue on. But those catch and kills do exist. And it's sad. And he's not wrong with that. He's not wrong with that. Because here's the other thing. Hold on. Sorry, getting right back up on that soapbox real quick. Here's the thing. You mean to tell me that this person's running over and going, here's money. Instantly, that's an admission of guilt. Do you realize how comforting that is to me? Oh, you're willing to pay me out? Can you say that again a little bit closer to my phone real quick? I'm sorry, we didn't hear you the last. Could you do that one more time? I'm sorry, I'm not, no. Because something like what happened with Diddy and Cassie. Some people think, oh yeah, she was bribing him. It was blackmail, it was extortion, all that stuff by her sitting there saying, hey, I got a book that's about to come out about everything that you've done to me, but you need to pay me 30 mil, right? You need to pay me 30 mil and this book will never see the light of day. And what did he do? He laughed it off and he said, okay, go ahead, girl. Do your thing. I'm not paying you no $30 million. One whole month later, a 90-something page scathing lawsuit came out showing everything, showing his age, right? And then, of course, the hotel video, which just put the final nail in his coffin. Isn't that interesting how fast he changed? And he settled outside of court like that within, 24, 48 hours? Interesting, right? So now, to me, I go, hey, wait a second. Wait a second, baby. If you're that quick to tell them to shut up, here's some money. Instead of saying, I'm going to fight it out in court, I got lawyers. I got that long game money. I will keep you in and out of court for the rest of your remaining life before you see any dollars from me. If you're innocent, right? I will make you eventually realize that what you say is a lie. I will hire the best lawyers to exonerate me. But no, if you're running out of your way to go to a victim and say, hey, how much you need so I'm not in the paperwork, that shows an admission of guilt, everybody. Does it not or does it not? So instantly in my mind, and for those victims that are listening right now, that are already possibly listening right now, that are already getting offered right now, don't take the deal because that's an admission of guilt. Don't do it. Don't do it. Because at the end of the day, when the trial is over, if it ever sees the inside of a courtroom, the payoff will be bigger. Not only will you put somebody, hopefully get somebody out here to get thrown in jail maybe or whatever, you will also leave with your head held high. That's just my personal opinion. If they're sitting there going, hey, how much you need? Don't do it. Literally go, say that again. You kind of muffled that first time. Can you do that one more time into my phone? I'm sorry. New phone. Who this? I'm just wondering, can you do it one more time? Gracias. Just saying. Just saying. Real quick, though, I got a couple super chats here. Okay. And Court TV in the house. What's up? Always lovely seeing our friends over at Court TV in the house. Appreciate your support. Thank you so much for coming in and commenting. Caprice, okay, I already did that. So thank you so much for the heads up. Lori, welcome to the family. Thank you. Thank you so much for becoming a member. Caprice, yes, you fixed it. Yes, yay. And just like Lori, real quick, please consider becoming a member. Check that out. I got that GoFundMe. Go check it out. It's the link down below. Hit that like button down below. Hit that subscribe button. Yeah, we doing a holiday special. your boy's going to be singing some songs and stuff. Yeah, I'm doing that. Some of y'all are asking, are you going to sing any songs? Are you going to do anything? Are you going to sing any songs? Yeah, I'm singing some songs. Yeah. So we can rejoice. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel. Okay, let's go on. All right, let's get into this more. Back to the dramatic music that makes you want to body roll.
Sure, I understand you. What you're saying is what? That you know people who have been approached by women, men, whatever, who have said, give me money and I won't talk?
Here's the other way around that, Harvey. I'll give you money, please don't talk.
You are a well-connected guy. Do you know that what you've just described, is that going on now?
Yes. They want to talk to me. They want to talk to me about what happened to them. They call me. They feel like they can trust me.
Wait a minute. Calling you for what? Calling you for what?
Right.
Because they want to tell me about certain things that happened with them and Diddy.
Hold on. Can we pause that for a second? That little beat that they had was kind of lit. I'm going to tell you that. A little bit of a left turn. But here's the thing. Getting back onto the soapbox, back up there again. Who is going up to Ray J and telling him anything right now? With all due respect, he's been on so many interviews. He has been out here. Any person that's sitting there going, I don't want my stuff exposed, is not calling up Ray J right now. That's the only pushback. I'm sorry. Do you really think? Come on, y'all. Do you really think they're calling up Ray J and saying, "Yeah, man, I know you've been on like Cuomo and News Nation and all these other channels, and you're sitting down with Jason Lee on Hollywood Unlocked, just dropping knowledge." You're not. No. Why would anybody want to confide in him? He could potentially slip. You know what I'm saying? That's not what your country can do for you. But then suddenly I started wondering about my own ass. And then I was thinking about Justin Bieber. Oh, snap. Oh, my bad. Cuomo, my bad. Could we retract that? Oh, we're live? Oh, my damn. Seriously. You really think that people are going over to Ray J and telling him everything? Really? That's the okay. Let's move on.
Ray, I want to make sure I understand this. Are these high-profile people calling you because they've had some affiliation with Diddy that they don't want to come out, and they think you might be the vessel for it coming out? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying.
But why? If these people are literally guilty of doing something, they're not going out of their way to call up Ray J in hopes that you are the gatekeeper to exposing the truth. Don't they not want to have that stuff out there? I'm rolling that back again because, again, make that make sense. Hold on.
Ray, I want to make sure I understand this. Are these high-profile people calling you because they've had some affiliation with Diddy that they don't want to come out, and they think you might be the vessel for it coming out? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Does that make any mother-loving sense? Respectfully, does it make sense? They don't want the stuff out, but they're going to go to him because they don't want the stuff out. Someone make that make sense. It doesn't make sense. It just doesn't. Because it doesn't. Somebody out there goes, but why doesn't it make sense, Pascal? It just doesn't make sense. Hamburger, it doesn't make sense. Okay. Let him cook. Let him cook.
And I don't even know why I just said it, but I said it, so what? Now they got to be mad. come get me.
Were they specific about what they did with Diddy?
I don't want to say. I think I said too much.
Okay, now I have so many questions. So at the end, he's like, nah, I said too much. Nah, I said too much. Come at me, though. So, okay. Please, somebody out here, please, oh God, please, make it make sense. Respectfully. I'm asking because something about that just doesn't make any earthly sense. Why would anyone want to go to him to say anything, especially when he's on all these interviews, all of these shows, talking nonstop? Now, Court TV said, I thought he was about to Orlando Bloom us for a second. No. Orlando Bloom is more like the smoosh mosh. I saw, you gave me that smoosh mosh. You know what I mean? And then he'll start scatting and stuff. Skibbity bebop, skaloopity doo. You know what I mean? He does some crazy stuff. He goes off the handle. Now, but with Ray J, what is this? Is this just to add more drama to this documentary? To grab more eyeballs to this particular documentary? Is he just being hella dramatic just because? Is he lying? Is he really getting that many people coming up to him and being like, all right, man, peep this, real talk, bro. Yeah, man. So I had to pay off some people because I don't want nothing to do with this. You feel me? Like, is that really what's happening? I just don't get it. I just don't get it. And then I know some people will be out here thinking that is all to throw people off. Like he's a plant for Diddy. He's just there to throw everything off, mess things up, try to jack everything up. Like the same thing with Courtney Burgess. That whole thing. Oh, he's just out here to just add more drama to things and throw people off. Well, that remains to be seen with Courtney Burgess. But I am kind of curious about this. I just don't see anyone going to Ray J and telling him that, yeah, I'm involved and I want nothing to do with the stuff that's going on with Diddy. So I'm going to tell you about it so you can protect me. I don't see Ray J protecting anybody anytime soon. I see him talking real fast. You know what I'm saying? Like, he gives me the vibe that he'll sit there and say, like, in those movies, you've seen these movies where it's like, yeah, man, I'm not going to say a damn thing. They could tie me up. They could do all this crazy stuff. They can make my life a living hell. I won't say a damn thing. But then as soon as they get tied up, they get caught. They get tied up. Guy goes for the first punch, and he goes, yeah, they're on the 69 in Park. They're on 69 in Park. He doesn't give me the vibe that he's just going to be just shutting up and being like, nah, you're going to have to take my life before I say not a damn thing. Nah. As soon as he comes in with that ravenous dog, right? Say hello to Fido. You know what I'm saying? Or something crazy like, hey, say hello to Little. Something crazy. Say hello to Sunflower. And it's just this crazy ravenous dog. He's like, oh my God, they're on 69 in Park. Oh my God. That's what you really think he's going to hold fort forever? Hell no. Trust me. He's password on the briefcase is 0000. That's it. Okay? Or he thinks it's complicated, like 1, 2, 3, 4. That is it. That's the password on the safe. Come on now. Come on. Why would they go to him of all people who's been up all in the videos and interviews and talking nonstop? I challenge that. With all due respect, I challenge that. I don't believe that part. I just don't. Personally. I just don't. But what say you guys? All jokes aside, all comedy aside, what say you? Do you really believe that he's getting told by celebrities directly that they are paying off victims right now? Let me say this too. I do think that there's a possibility that he knows about celebrities paying off victims, but I guarantee you that that information is probably through rumor. It's a game of telephone. He's hearing it from somebody else, and told him. Okay? Heard it from a friend who, you know what I'm saying? That's what I think. There's just no way that these people are trusting this guy if he's doing as much press as he has been. Hence the reason why, going back to him dodging bullets, hence the reason why I keep thinking he really needs to be safe out here. He really needs to be careful because it's some dangerous ass times out here in these streets, especially when you are sitting here saying you hold the key to all the secrets. You hold the key to all this information. He's basically saying, I want all the smoke. Please and thank you. Now that I understand that it's on site, please, oh God, please. Come at me, bruh. He even said that at the end of this video. Come at me, bruh. He said that. He got to be careful or it's going to be a situation of the mystery of what happened to Ray J. It's going to be the same situation like Tupac. What actually happened? Who actually took out Ray J? He got to be careful, guys. This could be very dangerous for him. Big time. Big time. But moving on, though, and Bonita, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for becoming a member. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And just like Bonita, please hit that join button down below. Become a member. Check out my Patreon. Check out my locals. Check out that GoFundMe. Check out that merch, though, man. We got some really great merch. Let's not forget that. So go check it out, please, and thank you. But we got another video I want to share with you guys, okay? And then again, I will be on in a couple of hours because, like I said, we got some serious catching up to do, and there's more and more stuff that just keeps on just coming out, all right? And again, don't forget to subscribe. Ooh, wow, there we go. There we go. Yes. We're at 150K, baby. Yes. Thank you so much for all y'all who became became subscribers. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the family. Thank you, guys. I really do appreciate it because, like I said, I feel like it was 150 last night, and then this morning it just went pew. I'm like, what happened? Did I upset somebody talking about Ray J? Because that was the last video we did. Diggity damn. I still love you, though. We can disagree. We can agree to disagree. But this situation here does not make any sense, in my personal opinion. So moving on. This is another thing that I talked about on the secondary channel, but I did want to bring it up to you guys no matter what. So remember, what we just listened to was not only, okay, so it was Ray J, but also the person who was actually interviewing him is Harvey Levin. He's also like the founder of TMZ and all that. He's the one who's like the host of this show. He's the host of all these shows and all that. Yesterday, we talked about the interview that Tania Wallace had about seeing Littles dressed up as Harajuku Barbies at a freak off, which is insane to begin with. She goes into great detail on the TMZ interview, but she also said this on Soft White Underbelly. She's been saying this for a while. Yes, TMZ is the first to come out with the information on mainstream media, but literally Soft White Underbelly is the first platform to ever have that conversation with Tania to begin with, and it starts months back, just so y'all know. But he gets this interview. She talks about, she basically speaks out, says all over again what she went through and what she witnessed. It is really dark, very disturbing stuff. It's weird. And I still will say to this day, until my last dying breath, why wasn't there a 911 call made at all by any person that was there that saw any of these littles dressed up as Harajuku or Harajuku Barbies? I have a problem with that. I just have a huge problem with that personally. I wish somebody made a phone call, because no matter what, these kids are in a room where all this crazy hedonistic type stuff, Caligula type stuff going on, and they're in the same room as these adults are doing God knows what. It is very disturbing. It's very disturbing, and that's illegal. And no phone calls were made. I have a huge problem with that. But yeah, McMee, yeah. That's a lot. That's what a lot of people are saying. Oh yeah, I left early. Okay. Sure. You left early. Come on now. But this Tania, this particular witness breaks down all this stuff. And so Harvey Levin went on to Banfield's show. Shout out to News Nation for the interview. And he had some things to say about what Tania says. But also, he mentions that they actually have footage of one of the freak-offs as well. They've actually obtained a video as well that apparently the feds actually do have a video of this freak-off. It's a smaller version of this freak-off, but it's a freak-off nonetheless. So it is a big deal. That's at the latter part of this video. So let's take a look at this conversation between Ashley Banfield and Harvey Levin.
And I want to start with Tania Wallace, who claims she's been at a freak-off and said she saw children, and it was hard for her to say it.
It was very hard for her to say it, Ashley. So what she said was that she was flown out from LA to Miami by the Saudi prince. And they ended up eventually on Star Island at one of Diddy's parties. She says, among many other things, I mean, she goes into detail. This, she says, happened in 2018. She says that she walked into the house and there was a cluster of adults around what she described as little people. And they were dressed up as Japanese Barbies. I forgot the name. It's Harak something. You can help me out here. It's a certain type of Barbie. Anyway.
I know the name, but I've forgotten it. But go ahead.
So she explained that that they were just clustered around these little people. And I kept pushing her. And she eventually said, look, they are little people who should not be at an adult party. And I pushed her, and it was apparent what she was saying is they were minors. Now, she didn't see anything specific that was going on with them other than that adults were kind of huddled around them. But she told just a wild story about what was going on at the house, even at 7 a.m, that this thing apparently raged all night long.
This was an all-night rager, which we already know. She walked in at the tail end, basically at the end of the party, because the party started in the day earlier. It started the night before. It's 7 o'clock in the morning. Everyone's going crazy. Everyone's nuts. And then out of nowhere, they walk in. She gets invited into this room. She gets these special slippers, some house shoes, which basically means she can go into this house and kick it and go inside. Because I guess one of the boys, one of Diddy's sons, thought that she was cute enough, attractive enough to go into that side of that party. So while there was a party going on outside and everyone's just lit and getting crazy at 7 o'clock in the morning, there was a freak off going on inside the house. Pretty crazy stuff, to say the least. And then while she's there, she's seeing these Barbies.
You know, it's amazing. TMZ always gets such great scoops, and this one might be one of your best as well. You got a hold of one of the freak-off tapes. Your producers have seen it. The description is, and I'll quote, "It's porn directed by Diddy himself." And a male sex worker really sort of walks through what happened in the experiences that he had. They didn't sound illegal, but they sure seem to comport with a lot of the other stories that have been told.
Again, TMZ gets their hands on one of these videos. Big deal. But I will say, and I agree with what Ashley Banfield's saying, that if it was a gathering of people, then what is the... My thing is how are they going to prove without a shadow of a doubt that it was not consensual? Does that make sense? That's the thing I think, or sorry, not consensual. I'm sorry, that it was consensual. I'm sorry. Let me repeat that again. How is Diddy's team going to prove to a jury that this whole thing was consensual? Sure, this one video doesn't mean that he didn't do countless non-consensual videos. There could be a mixed bag of things that were consensual to things that weren't consensual. Let's not forget that. So again, is that possible? I mean, how are they going to prove that every single last escapade that Diddy ever had or that Diddy ever filmed was absolutely 110% unequivocally consensual? That's going to be very tough. This one video could literally be nothing. I mean, it's a lot because you're like, damn, he's directing this like he's Martin Scorsese and there's a whole, there's a meeting in his bed. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, though, how are they going to prove all of it?
Yeah. So this was a threesome. What you would ask me about earlier about Tania Wallace, she said there were more than 100 people at that party, including at least 4 celebrities. But what you're talking about now was a threesome, and that's something that the U.S. attorney even referenced. And his lawyer in an earlier documentary we did, he was describing threesomes. He says it was all consensual. So yes, what we're told is that this male sex worker was flown out to various locations over a couple of years: Miami, New York, Los Angeles, and one other. And they would meet in hotel rooms, and Diddy would often watch as he would have sex with this woman who was associated with Diddy. So that seems to be what the feds are looking at right now in terms of alleged sex trafficking, if they are transporting somebody and perhaps paying them to cross state lines. That could end up being part of sex trafficking. Now, we know that this guy got a subpoena and he ended up not testifying before the grand jury, but talking to prosecutors. And we're told that he left that tape with them.
Okay. Big deal, in my personal opinion. First off, you hear him say two different things that is different. Very, very interesting. One, we already know TMZ was able to take a look at this particular video. It's one of them of a said freak off. Yes, there's 3 people in this video. Apparently, Diddy is directing them to do certain things and all that stuff. Now, if it is all consensual, then it is consensual. There's nothing illegal about that, unless and only unless those people were actually brought in over state lines or cross country, into other countries to perform said act. They got paid. Quid pro quo. I do a little S act for you, Diddy. You pay me for my work. That is most definitely STing for sure. But what's also interesting that is being said here too is that this particular S worker was to testify, but then did not testify, which is interesting. Yet still gave them the footage. So could that mean that they saw the footage and they're like, no, this was consensual? Yes, it is illegal what he did as far as the STing, but as far as any other harsher crimes like RSA, so on and so forth, I guess that's off the table for this particular video. You got to remember, there is a lot of videos and decades of content that they still have to comb through to make sure that everything was consensual. But you know for a fact that the feds have seen enough for them to look at him and say, no, he has definitely broken some laws and we need to bring him in as soon as possible. And that's the reason why he's behind bars right now and about to see trial on May 5th, if they actually get to May 5th, meaning I think that there will be a continuance. I think that they will reschedule their court date. They're not going to make it to May 5th. Cinco de Mayo is not happening. They're going to do it. They're going to do another day for sure. So get ready for that too. But let's continue on. There's a little bit more left.
And in fact, if he was transported, if he was even consensual in that setup, you're right, that is sex trafficking. It's classic federal crime to cross state lines for the purpose of selling sex.
Indeed.
But it also comports just with the description of many of the other incidents that did sound illegal, where there was, heavy intoxication involved in some of these incidents, but the setup sounded very similar. There was something else that was so revealing in your interviewing with 2 friends of Diddy's who seemed very defensive of Diddy. Stevie J, a producer and a friend, and Ray J, an entertainer and a friend of Diddy. No matter how many times you ask the question, both of them seemed to deflect. I never took part in any of it, and yet they were so close to him and seemed to suggest that famous people are paying off victims to keep their names out of the Diddy story.
Well, Ray J as much as said that to me, that he said that there were celebrities confiding in him, that they were either approached by either the man, woman, or their lawyer, or they actually went to the person themselves and offered money for silence. That's what Ray J is saying. Now, I will say that we interviewed Tony Busby as well. He is the Houston lawyer who is representing more than 120 alleged victims. And he told me that, yes, they have sent demand letters out to various other people, high-profile people, and it's essentially an ultimatum. Either pay up or we're going to sue.
And that is very true. We already know that part, that there's a lot of people that are doing everything they can to try to cover this whole thing up, trying to get everybody to shut up, trying to get their names off of these lists, because you got to remember, a lot of these people are hoping for that big deal, hoping for the next big sponsorship ad, whatever it may be, next album to drop, whatever it may be. There's a lot of people. If all these allegations are true, yeah, there's some people that are literally not sleeping. They're having a very cold holiday right now because of all this. Now, the thing is I will always say, if you did it and if you're involved, trying to pay these people off, eventually this stuff is going to come out. Doesn't matter how off kilter they seem. It doesn't matter how grounded they are. It doesn't matter. Eventually, the information is going to come out. You see all of us, the court of public opinion, out here side-eyeing every single last one of these people that are seen wearing white anywhere near Diddy in any of these photos. You think that it's going to stop after that? You pay off this victim and suddenly you're going to be able to live scot-free? Nah. It's a wrap now. Everything's ruined for all those people that are out here that have been enjoying their time in the public eye, hanging out with Diddy. And, I will also say this too. It's unfortunate because there's going to be a lot of people that are going to just be guilty by association. And that also is really disturbing and really sad too. That really aggravates me like crazy, that there's going to be a lot of people like that they will literally be innocent, have nothing to do with it, but they literally just happened to be at one of the parties and they took a photo next to Diddy. Or also, let's not forget too, there's going to be people like Ray J or others that may have nothing to do with the freak-offs, but just we're tight with him. We're friends with him. It's unfortunate. But unfortunately, the damage is done. So in my personal opinion, for those who are trying to sweep this under the rug and you didn't do anything, that doesn't help your situation. It doesn't. You might as well fight it out. Prove your innocence. Trying to pay off somebody just shows to the court of public opinion an admission of guilt. That doesn't help your cause. It hinders it. That's just what I personally think. Now, are they telling this information to this guy right here? I don't think so. Again, why would they ever tell any information to a person who is out here doing countless videos, getting on camera all the time? I wouldn't trust him with a 10-foot pole. Not at all. Trust him with a 10-foot pole. You know what I mean? I wouldn't touch him with a 10-foot pole at this point if I was guilty. But if I was innocent, I'm telling him, man, I'm innocent. Tell everybody out here that's speculating that I'm innocent. But outside of that, if you're guilty, you're not telling him not a damn thing. That's a dumb move, in my personal opinion. Okay. Annie Mac just said, isn't this entrapment? The girl willing to fly to a party to have S with people, knowing that's what you're doing. Now you are saying you are ST'd. Well, I mean, technically, Tania and many others were actually ST'd. Yes, she says in these interviews that she is a singer-songwriter, but she really was hired for a specific job. Yes, it may have just been to be there, a companion, right? And then, of course, it's like whatever you want to do. If you want to, depending, it's up to you. If you want to do other things with your client, right, or with your date. But nonetheless, she was moved out there, taken out there, and she was ST'd for sure. So for her to sit there and say, I was moved, the reason why she's saying ST'd is because she was an S worker. She was hired to do a job. She went over there, and then, of course, I guess she felt uncomfortable, wasn't down for that, so she had the right to make that decision, and she kicked rocks. But, of course, while she was there, she saw all that stuff, whilst also still being ST'd. So is it her trying to scoop a bag? I mean, I have yet to hear any lawsuit made by her. I have yet seen her file any lawsuit that I know of, unless after that interview with TMZ, maybe she's inspired to file a lawsuit on the grounds of STing maybe, but other than that, that's about it. She wasn't plied with any type of spiked drink or anything of that sort. She left when she wanted to leave. She felt uncomfortable and she left. So the only crime that she was ever a victim of is being moved across state lines. That's it. That's it. But like I said, and this is why I said it in the other show too, she's now saying even more that she's a singer-songwriter, but she's an S worker. That's why she was there. So again, Adria though. Now, if you're also talking about Adria was ST'd as well. And of course, there's also what she claims. Let's not forget that too. Okay. She was ST'd as well. That's at least in her claims. And then of course she has said some very, very wild and scathing stuff since then. But again, very interesting stuff though. Now, is that extortion? Is that blackmail? Is that whatever word you can think of? Entrapment or anything like that? I don't know about all that. If they're telling the truth and they're putting out the information and they're saying what they're saying and they witnessed these things and they were moved around with the understanding that they were being moved to participate in certain things because of their certain set of skills, then then I don't see anything wrong with them filing whatever they file. But if they were coerced, forced to do anything of that sort as well, I say, hey, get the justice that I think that they rightfully deserve. But it is interesting. See, this is the other question I have too. This is the other thing too. Think about this. So a person gets moved, right? They get ST'd across state lines. Let's use Adria English, for example. And I'm just using her name. I'm not saying that this actually happened. But say that she goes and she gets moved. She goes from LA to New York. She's up there. She's getting paid to do a certain act. Whatever that payment is, whether it's $500 or $5,000, she goes up there. She does these acts, these S acts. That's what she gets paid for. And she leaves. Can she still file a lawsuit against Diddy or any other person if there was quid pro quo? If there was you got paid for this particular thing, you go in there, you did the thing, and you got paid. Do you see what I'm saying? So I am kind of curious about that too. It's something to think about. I mean, I don't have the answer for that, but that is something that I am kind of curious about, because that's for every single person that's been ever ST'd by Diddy. Hence the reason why there's so many lawsuits coming. And some of them are, obviously a lot of them are still pending. I do think that they're waiting out. They're definitely waiting out for some of these celebrities to settle out. But I am also wondering, where are these other lawsuits? Why is it taking so doggone long? I figured it'd be like every week we'd have a list of new lawsuits that we would be breaking down and talking about and deep diving and whatnot. But we haven't heard anything for a while now. It's weird. And the only thing I can think of is that they're waiting out on some of these celebrities to pay out before they file. Anyway, guys, that is the show. I appreciate all y'all for being here. Again, I will be back on this evening. Trust and believe. We're going to be going through some things. We got a lot to look at over the next couple days. We're going to be looking at a lot of stuff, okay? Because there's a lot of information that's been dropping like crazy, and I want to get a chance to look at them with our own two eyes and discuss them as a family on the show. So please do me a favor before you head out. Hit that like button down below, please, and thank you. Hit that reaction button if you're watching on other platforms. That'd be greatly appreciated. Do not forget to hit that subscribe button. I know we got past the 150, which is amazing, but at the same time, do not forget, if you can, that would be amazing. Subscribe if you can. Check out that join button down below. Become a member. Oh, let's not forget, go to my secondary channel, The Pascal Show Clips. Subscribe over there, because there are a lot of videos that I'm going to be putting up over there, that I have been putting up over there, that we have not talked about over here on this main channel at all. So make sure you are subscribed to both channels. All right. So hit that join button down below, become a member, check out my Patreon and my locals. Patreon.com/The Pascal Show and locals.com/The Pascal Show. Of course, check out my merch. We got some really great merch out here. This is the Brownstone. It's available on PascalMerch.com, made by yours truly, literally. So go check those out. It's hoodie season anyway. So get your tuchus over there and find something to keep yourself warm over this fall and winter season. All right. And of course, I got that GoFundMe. It's in the link down below if you want to support. Got a holiday special coming together. Can't wait to share it with y'all. So go check it out and contribute if you can. Anyway, guys, it is time to get going. I appreciate all y'all. And I'll be talking to you guys a little bit later on tonight. Anyway, be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. We'll talk soon. This is The Pascal Show. Bye.